cooking. Let's get cooking. Cooking. Let's get cooking.
Don't make no sense.
Let's get cooking, guys. Yeah, today we're gonna be making bread and we're gonna put it in a knot. So here we have our ingredients, which is 3 cups of flour, half cup water, half cup milk, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of butter, that's melted butter, 1 cup yeast and or 1 pack yeast, sorry, and a tablespoon of salt. This over here is just our you know, topping decoration stuff. That's not really necessary, but over this side, pay attention to that, okay? So over here, not really that necessary. The other side, necessary. So this is our yeast. We're gonna just put it in the flour. And for this yeast, you don't really need to put it into water ahead of time and watch it rise. You can just go ahead and put it in the flour because that's the magic of today's technology. So if you read on the packet of the yeast, it will tell you everything. It says that you don't need to put it in any bread machine, and you just follow the direction, and it's an instant yeast. You don't need to put it in anything ahead of time, any water to get pre fermented or whatever they call it. Yeah. So the back of the packet tell you everything. Alrighty. So just remember that. Very easy. Anybody can do it. Trust me. I'm not somebody who's always making bread, but today I'm making bread. Okay. So it's that easy. And then I'm putting in my salt, as I said. When you're baking, just know it's like you're making fried dumpling. Basically, you put the salt that you know gonna make it taste flavorful, and I just added the sugar. You can put honey as well if you're gonna use honey. Put it in the milk, but I use this sugar here. It's organic, but yeah, you can use honey. And I just add a remainder of my salt. I'm just stirring all the dry ingredients, and then I'm just gonna put the wet ingredients together. That's my milk. And when I'm making this flour, I just added the melted butter. When I'm doing this recipe, is like I'm not exact with everything, okay? Sometimes I might pour a little bit of milk and then I realize I want more, or the milk is too much. So I just pour a little as I go, as I put the dough together, okay? So as I mix in all that with ingredients, that's the milk and the egg and the butter, I'm just gonna put it in the flour and just take my time to knead it. And this milk was actually a bit too much, okay? So that's the reason why I'm taking my time to just mix it all in. And you don't have to worry that your bread won't come out right. It's gonna still be perfecto. Just trust yourself, all right? Trust yourself, man. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. And you see, right now it's a little bit too saggy, so I'm just gonna add some more flour to that and make it the right, texture that I want. Just play with it and then knead it in, knead it in. Yep. And then when your flour come all together, it should just be nice and soft and just like that. When you poke it, it have that nice little, like bounce back. Yeah. And I'm just gonna cover this down with a clean towel and let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour. You can let it sit longer than that, just to allow the yeast to rise, okay? All right. And clean up your area in the meantime. In the meantime, I'm just gonna make me my favorite snack for me and Kiara. We don't get Kevin involved in this because he doesn't like yogurt. So this is our favorite snack. So we have some fresh fruits here, some fresh berries, and 2 glass, and some yogurt, some vanilla yogurt. Yeah, and there he is. He's not really interested in my snack, so this is me and Kiara's business right now. So we add that yogurt up in there, and fill that glass up because this is our favorite snack, like I said. Good stuff, good stuff. And then we just put some granola all over it, all over the top. Perfecto. Sprinkle it all in. And then just add the berries on top. And then that's a piece of mint. We just put it there. And you don't have to, but I like fresh mint. I literally just eat that like that. And that's the finished product. And that's our little snack. Let's get in there and taste it. Yum! And now back to our flour. As you can see right now, the flour is all rised up and all that. And you'll just punch it down to get rid of the excess air from inside of it. Squeeze that excess air out before I get down to business. Okay? So this is what you do. This is what you do. And then get that countertop, make sure it's nice and clean and sanitized, and you put some flour on it, and you start to work your dough now. Work your dough. Work your dough. So I just roll it right out with my rolling pin, make sure it's nice and flat, you know, just like so. It's like you're making a pizza, but you're not. You're making bread. And you know, we already improvise in the kitchen. We don't have no pizza cutter or anything, so we just use a little bread knife and just slice it down. Improvise at your kitchen, do what you want to do in there. So right now I'm just gonna put a butter on half of the dough because I'm just gonna be playing with this dough today, playing around and doing what we feel like doing. Okay, when you own your kitchen, you do whatever you feel like doing there. No rules. So I'm just gonna plaster half of that with some butter, and I take up my baking sheet and I just kind of lightly spread it with some we call that cooking spray. Yeah, we can just rub some butter all over it, just slightly grease it. And I'm kind of cutting this half in like a pizza size, like a pizza slice. Yeah. Okay. And like you see, I'm just rolling it here, rolling it up, because I'm making like different shapes. Okay, I know I said I'm going to be making bread knots, but I'm just playing around with half of the dough here. We're just going to be making whatever we feel like making, like just being creative. Because there are times when I make triangles, I make all kind of stuff. I don't bake bread often, but when I do, I just play around with that thing. Yeah. And now, time for the knots, okay? And there are times when you're going to be making your dough, you're going to feel your dough a little bit dry. Don't be afraid to just kind of get it moist again, okay? Just moist it up. Rub it in like that. And sometimes you have to fold it again like this, yeah. Because you have to just work kind of fast. And if you're not too fast, you just dump it again and do your thing. Roll it up and make your knot. I taught you how to make these bread knots already in one of my videos, like when you're frying the fried dumpling. Same thing. But only this time we're making bread. Okay? Like I said, I'm just playing around with it. So this one, I'm just curling it up. I don't know what I'm making. I'm just making something. Ain't that pretty? Just do what you want to do. So yes, this is the end of the dough now. Like a little piece leave back, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this baby? So I'm just gonna flat it out and do like what I did with my patty. And like we said, improvise in the kitchen. So we have this plastic container thing. Just use it to make some circles instead of getting a cookie cutter. Improvise. All right, so just like how you make the patty. And that's just some spinach I made this morning for breakfast, and that's some leftovers. So I'm just gonna stuff this one with the spinach. So just to show you that you can actually just have fun with this dough, stuff it with cheese, beans, whatever you want to stuff in there. And right now I'm just sealing the edges with that fork. So yep, and that's my spinach bread, stuffed spinach bread. Yeah, put it aside. And as well, when you put in these bread on the baking sheet, give them some space. I know my sheet was like a bit packed, but it's always good to give it space because when the yeast rise, it's gonna be swollen and then they're gonna be like it's gonna be crazy in that sheet, that baking sheet or pan or whatever you put it in. So give it a little space, So yep, roll up. And this one's the stuff with some cheese. And I put a little moisture on it again. Like I said, it does get kind of dry sometimes, but listen, just have fun. And they're not all perfectly the same size, but yeah. So this is just my little topping here that I'm gonna use for later. Actually, the plan was to put some of that cheese on my on some of my rolls, but I forgot. I don't know. I was supposed to put it on it before putting it in the oven, and I put it in the oven actually. I was supposed to put it on like 10 minutes before it's finished, I should have said, but I ended up like just completely forgot to put it on a whole. When the bread was done, that's when I'm remembering. So after covering down the bread to let it rise, let the yeast rise, I left it for about an hour, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, they rise, and then I put it in the oven to bake for like 20 minutes on 375 degrees, and that's it. So now for our toppings, I'm just brushing them here with some honey and cinnamon. So I'm gonna brush these with honey and cinnamon, and for the others, I'm just gonna brush them with some garlic, Parmesan, butter, and parsley sauce. Okay, so there's garlic up in there, Parmesan and butter, but this is just honey and cinnamon. And I'm telling you, when you get that hot bread and you brush that honey and cinnamon on it and you taste that, oh my god, it's delicious. May I tell you, like I say, I lick your 10 finger, your 10 toe them. Yeah, man, there's nothing like a homemade bread. You smell that fresh, buttery scent and that bread scent and that fresh bread, like, oh my god. So yes, for these, I'm brushing them with that garlic and Parmesan and butter, nice and juicy. Oh my god, guys, these were like so delish. I'm telling you, you need to try these. Try these. You can do it. And feel free to DM me with any questions. I'm here to answer them. Okay? So just go liberal all over these with that garlic butter and Parmesan sauce. Okay, okay. Yep. And there we have it. All nice and juicy and buttery and warm and sweet and all that good stuff. So there it is. And I actually did some jerk chicken wings, and this is what I'm gonna serve it up with. That's what we're gonna eat it with for lunch. So whatever you want to serve with these, they're fine. I know it's coming down to like barbecue season, and if you want to walk with some nice fresh hot bread, you see, look at that, nice and soft and just ooh. You can always bake your own bread and just take it to that barbecue, just fresh garlic nuts. They will love it, I promise you. And that's just my chicken wings on some steamed spinach. And this was the one with the spinach inside of it, so nice and juicy. Yummo. Kiara ate this one off like in a minute. Yeah, it was good. And which one is your favorite?
This one I'm vibing with it.